Hi, in this meeting, I am going to build a map for the third module of the course. This meeting specifically shows you how to go about working through chapters 5, 6, and 7 of your statistics class of Business 240 journey. So I'm going to open up a whiteboard and put a couple of words here. One word is uncertainty. The other one is risk. Uncertainty refers to not knowing, something that you don't know what exactly will occur next. So uncertainty is a state in which you usually say to yourself, I do not know what will occur next. Notice how the statement doesn't say, I don't know anything. Uncertainty is not ignorance. Uncertainty is not knowing what will happen. However, that leaves open the possibility that we can ask questions such as, what's going on? In other words, the question that we could ask is, what are the possible things that can happen associated with some event of interest to us? Okay. Which gives us our first few words for this topic that we're going to be covering, which is the topic of uncertainty and risk. Namely, the first topic would be the notion of an event. So an event is going to be described as something that is of interest to us and that will occur and that we're unsure as to how it will evolve and what its ultimate result will be. So an event will have what are called outcomes. The outcomes of an event are the source of the uncertainty. The fact that there are multiple possible outcomes to the event is what gives rise to uncertainty. So our job in this course and in this set of in this particular module is to take those events and those outcomes and build from them something that will help us cope with the uncertainty. And what we are going to be building are called probability spaces. And from probability spaces, we will then be able to measure something we call probabilities. And probabilities are values that help us assess the extent of uncertainty. For example, when we say there's no way that something can happen, we're basically implying that the probability of something occurring is 0. And when we tell somebody for sure in a conversation, we're implying that the probability of that particular outcome is a 1. And so we will spend quite a bit of time in this course and in this particular module studying the following phenomena. We'll be spending time studying randomness, the law of large numbers, and building from them 9 rules of probability. And we will be doing that in chapter 5. That's the job of chapter 5, to help us learn how to calculate probabilities. Probabilities will then give rise to our reaction to the issue of, I don't know what's going to happen next. Our immediate logical reaction to situations where we are uncertain about what will happen next is to do something that is called developing expectations and deviations from expectations. And that's what we will do as a topic in chapter 6, develop expectations and deviations. And that's going to be our bridge. That's going to be our bridge that connects us from the rules of probability to answering the question of not knowing what comes next. In effect, we will be learning about models of probability. And the models of probability that we learn in chapter 6 are called discrete. So that is the job of chapter 6, to show us how to build models that help us think about creating expectations about uncertain events and then assessing the risks of those varying possibilities or possibilities under uncertainty. And the risk measurements are connected to the deviations aspect. And then finally in chapter 7, what we're going to do is go over continuous models of probability. So chapter 6 and 7 really have a commonality, which is developing different kinds of probability models, continuous probability models. Especially, we're going to focus on one. It's called the normal probability model. It also has a more popular term. It's also known as the bell curve. The bell curve is really important in our study of modules 4 and 5, as you will see then. And so from chapter 5 and 6, we proceed to chapter 7 to continue understanding uncertainty and risks. And at the end of module 3, we will be able to build expectations and deviations from expectations from probabilities. 3 metrics. Probabilities first, that helps us measure expectations and deviations, and that gives rise to models that help us understand uncertainty and risks. And that is our roadmap for chapter 3. So thank you for watching this brief video. I hope it helps create a story that you can quickly identify and follow in case you get a little bit lost or a little bit disoriented in the next few chapters. Remember this map. Take this map, take a picture of this map, and remember what it is you're trying to do in the 3 chapters. Remember the big picture and then zoom in from the big picture to the different specific details of this story that helps us understand uncertainty, that helps us cope with decision making under situations where we don't know what will occur next, but we can make assessments of those uncertainties that provide us with really well-informed, educated guesses with respect to what we're doing. And I hope this video is very helpful. Take care.